Why are the United States and China uneasy about the growing bond between India and France? What did India and France ignite in the American arms market that flipped the entire game on its head? In Operation Sindoor, India deployed its Rafale jets in such a decisive way that even the world's superpowers were rattled. The outcome was a storm of trade sanctions which came crashing down on India. But what exactly did the world witness in India's defense capabilities that pushed America into launching a tariff war? Friends, in today's video, we will reveal what really triggered Trump's aggressive tariff campaign against India. Why is India suddenly being targeted? What have India and France done together that could end up hurting the United States' defense dominance? We will walk you through the full story behind the Rafale deal. How it's more than just a purchase. It's a turning point in global geopolitics. But before diving into that, let's decode the numbers and hidden dynamics behind this alliance. Why does the India-France friendship send chills down the spines of Washington and Beijing? Why is France emerging as one of India's most reliable strategic partners? Unlike the United States, France doesn't come with a list of strict conditions and withheld technology. The Rafale agreement isn't limited to fighter jets. It includes deep technological collaboration, from game-changing missiles like the Scalp and Meteor to potential joint development of jet engines. France is offering far more than just weapons. It's offering empowerment. America sells jets like the F-16 or F-18, but never shares critical technologies. France, on the other hand, is now preparing to set up a manufacturing plant in India. Full-scale production, right here on Indian soil. India today is a force that refuses to bow to anyone's pressure. While the United States continues to push India towards alliances like NATO Plus, hoping to use it as a strategic pawn against China and Russia, France stands apart. It respects India's independent foreign policy and sovereign decisions. The India-France partnership has significantly bolstered India's defense posture, from the Indian Ocean all the way to the Himalayas. With Rafale jets capable of tracking even China's stealthy J-20 fighters and Scalp missiles that can precisely target key Chinese positions in Tibet, India now holds a credible deterrence that directly threatens Chinese ambitions. India, once the world's largest arms importer, is now choosing to diversify, sourcing weapons from France, Russia, and Israel, sidestepping the billion-dollar F-35s and F-18s pushed by the American arms lobby. India's decision to opt for Rafale over American aircraft dealt a serious blow to the United States' defense interests, because America wants India to remain dependent on its weapons, so it can use that dependence as leverage whenever needed. And now, the real question arises. Is this why Trump launched the tariff war against India? Many believe that it wasn't just about trade. It was about defense economics. Operation Sindoor, which showcased India's Rafale jets, drones, air defense systems, and BrahMos missiles, shook the foundations of the global arms market. What followed was even more disruptive. India's indigenous weapon systems began replacing imports, damaging the monopoly of American defense giants. Faced with this new reality, Trump invoked his America First policy. But in truth, he was trying to save America's defense industry. He responded with long-term tariffs and economic pressure on India. Punitive measures masked as trade policy, but rooted in a deeper strategic frustration. Something remarkable happened recently during Operation Sindoor, a moment that showcased India's decisive strength and strategic precision. On the night of May 6th and 7th, the Indian Armed Forces executed a high-level surgical strike with deadly accuracy, using Scalp and BrahMos cruise missiles, backed by Rafales and Sukhoi jets. India targeted and destroyed 9 key terror link sites in Pakistan without even crossing the border. Each strike hit only the intended target, causing zero collateral damage. The operation was so flawlessly executed that Pakistan didn't even realize what hit them until it was over. The result was that even America and China were stunned, their eyes wide open, some would say even tearful, not just at the firepower, but at the sheer professionalism and political resolve India demonstrated. Pakistan's entire air defense system was neutralized, completely jammed. They couldn't mount any effective response. Never before had any country pulled off such a clean, focused, and strategic aerial operation. This wasn't just a military win, it was a technological and geopolitical statement. The backbone of this success was a mix of India's indigenous capabilities and cutting-edge systems provided by trusted partners like Israel, Russia, and France. It was a synergy of self-reliance and global cooperation. But as expected, the deep state machinery began to react. False narratives started circulating. Even China spread misinformation, claiming that Rafale jets had been shot down. The real intention behind these false rumors was to cast doubt on the capabilities of the Indian armed forces and to undermine India's strategic partnerships with Russia, Israel, and France. Because the level of support India received from these nations during its conflict with Pakistan sent shockwaves through the geopolitical landscape. And that's exactly why both China and Pakistan found themselves unsettled. This raises a crucial question. Why was Rafale specifically targeted? Because Rafale isn't just a fighter jet. It has become a symbol of India's rising military power and the boldest defense acquisition of the current government. For the networks supported by China and Pakistan, damaging Rafale's reputation would have been a psychological and symbolic win. If they could convince the world that India's most advanced fighter jet was flawed, it would cripple the morale of the Indian Air Force and cast a shadow on India's defense credibility. Coming back to tariffs, Donald Trump has slapped heavy tariffs on India, repeatedly pressuring New Delhi to stop buying oil from Russia. The uncomfortable truth is that a strong, self-reliant India is something America struggles to accept. Now, friends, the big question is this so-called tariff war really a strategy to suppress India's growing global influence? And could this India-France partnership become the next major power center in world politics? Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into India's strategic rise. Jai Hind!